everyone, welcome. You're watching News9. I'm Shweta Kothari. We're bringing you stories from the world of business, policy and economy. We will begin with markets as usual. To my left is my colleague Kartik Malhotra. Kartik, good morning.
Good morning, Shweta.
Markets opening on a greenish note, a better note, a more positive Monday to markets.
It's a good Monday for the markets. I think they've opened about 0.1% or so higher in early trade this morning. Sensex, Nifty both trading in the green. That's good news. Nifty Bank has also shed its losing streak, and Nifty Bank has opened in the morning this morning. Has opened in the green this morning. Nifty IT, of course, continues to be in the red.
Okay.
This could be a very clear direct repercussion of Fed Governor Jerome Powell at Jackson Hole. Over the weekend, the news that came in stating pretty much that the Fed will have to continue keeping a very, very close watch on inflation. Even though inflation has dipped marginally in the US, we haven't really seen it come off any levels. So there is going to be continued pressure on Fed to keep inflation and the demand side of inflation in the US in check. And that rate hike potentially could impact IT stocks back in India. So that's what we're seeing in the morning today. Now, of course, there is going to be a lot of news triggers coming in which are likely to impact the markets. First, of course, is the Reliance AGM starting at 1 p.m. today. So 1 p.m. we will see what are Reliance's plans on two fronts. One, of course, is the Reliance Jio Finance. JioFin, of course, has been losing almost 5% on a daily basis all of last week, barring Friday. So Reliance is going to be in focus today. Add to that SEBI's report to the Supreme Court tomorrow. Adani stocks, all Adani stocks, Adani Enterprises, ports, power will be in focus. JSW finally coming out clearly saying that it is winning or getting into the EV space, hoping to win some business of MG Motors through a stake pickup. That is in news today. So I think all of these are going to develop and we will see some action definitely in the markets today.
All right, and let's quickly rope in our guest to perhaps weigh in on what is going to drive markets this morning. Joining us is Sanjeev Hota, who's the VP and Head of Research at Sharekhan. Sir, thanks very much for taking time out. I want to begin by asking Mr. Hota, what exactly is your... Let's start by talking about the global cues first. Jackson Hole Symposium, a close watch there. Markets were down, not just in India, but also globally. Now that Jerome Powell has come out and stated categorically that it's going to be a hawkish stance going forward, how are you expecting global cues to affect Indian markets this morning?
Hi, good morning. So what I read from the Jackson Hole is that it was both on the dovish side as well as on the hawkish side. So I don't really see anything changes from what the narrative is already been built by the market. So Powell commentary, if you see it, nothing like, as you mentioned, that it was totally hawkish. It was on the dovish side as well. But the market is still uncertain about how long this Fed is go on hiking the rate. That is the one thing that market is worrying. At the same time that the China factor is playing out quite well because the deflation is happening over there. And that is a bigger problem that the market is now anticipating to happen over the next few months to come. So that is the reason I believe that even if there's a sell-off on Friday in our market, the Nasdaq was higher on Friday in US market. Jackson Hole commentary was both on the neutral side. But then again, the market is not able to stay in green and it's remained volatile. Because I believe that near-term headwind is more than the near-term tailwinds. So that is the reason I believe market, is continue to remain volatile, at least in the short term.
Okay, Mr. Hota, what about the IT stocks? We are seeing Nifty IT has opened in the red this morning. Is it US inflation concerns weighing in on Indian IT stocks?
I don't really think that IT stocks are reacting to what happened in the Jackson Hole commentary. I believe that I keep on saying that the price damage has already been done in the IT stock in the last 1 year or so. And so valuation, if you see, is still sitting at a very, very reasonable level. The problem is nobody knows about how the earnings is going to land up in FY24 and 25. Because still the banks across the world are not much in a good shape. And our interaction with the management suggesting that the second half of this year is going to be a very challenging. And although the There's an expectation that flush of business is going to come in Q3 earlier, but now our interaction with management suggesting that they may not happening. So the earning volatility or earning uncertainty is still there very much in the IT sector, along with the margin pressure. So price damage is already been done, but I don't really think any major outperformance happening in the IT sector. Few of the stock that I like for the investment level only in the IT space. In the top tier, I like TCS being the largest player, and they have the capability to sustain this kind of headwinds. And only because of this valuation factor, I like Birla Soft in the mid to small cap space.